You've got some people standing in the doorway. It's really windy, it's blowing a gale here. And it's a shame because I'm going to have to try and climb them out, which is going to be awkward the way that I'm standing there. I might even go and tell them to move in a minute. Move, yeah. Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we've come out to the beautiful Broadway Tower. I'm going to fly the drone. I'm going to get some photographs, hopefully with the sunset. As I was just driving up this lane, there's a lot of air pollution where the sun is, so I'm hoping for some big oranges and then maybe towards the south and the east, maybe pinks. So join me shortly and we'll see how the night goes. So tonight I've come out to the beautiful Broadway Tower. Absolutely stunning place this. It's just past the town of, or the village of Broadway, down in the Cotswolds. I won't point at the sun. There is a lot of pollution in the atmosphere. There is cloud on the horizon as well, so I'm hoping it's not going to obscure it. To the east, we have a little tiny bit of cloud. Don't know if you're going to see it. It's not much, but I'm hoping it's going to maybe go pink. It'd be nice to get the pinks, but I think where the sun is now, I think it's that type of haze where you're just going to get a bright orange ball. Well, I'm hoping so anyway. The wind has really picked up. Literally, there was no wind coming over here, and as I've got here now, it is really windy. There's a beautiful shot here. I'll just turn you around in a second and show you. It does get popular, this place. But you've got these beautiful trees. There's a great shot through these trees and the tower. Beautiful it is. I'm just going to have a little walk up. Actually, we've got a new little monument here. This is for the Lancaster. A Lancaster bomber did crash here. And it looks like they've built a little memorial for it. RAF bomber crash. Amazing. There is also here a nuclear bunker. It's always shut when I come, so I've never been there. I think it is going to be too windy for the drone. I'm going to fly it anyway, just to see what happens. I'm going to point you at the sun, and just so you can see all the haze that's underneath the sun. I don't know what it's going to look like on the GoPro. The GoPro doesn't really deal with this kind of light. But tonight I'm going to show you how I bracket for sunsets and how I try to get a normal exposure and how I underexpose manually for the sky. So let's go and get the drone out first, have a little fly round, and then we'll get set up and get some photographs. Looks beautiful, this. So just checked on drone assist and there's no restrictions in this area. So let's have a look at Broadway Tower from above. Well, we've got really strong wind warnings on the drone, so I've brought it down. I've got a little bit of footage. It's really struggled to come back to me, just the drone has. So, but as you can see now, the sun is just a bright orange ball. So I'm now going to try and get some photographs and try and catch this sun, bright orange. And again, I'm going to bracket. I'm tempted to take a shot first of this path leading up to the tower. It looks beautiful, it does. A great leading line, so I am hoping that we can get something and get the sun in the shot as well, because it looks fantastic. I'll get set up and I'll talk you through the back of the camera. So for my first shot, it's going to be this path leading up to the tower, and the tower's going to be just on the right hand rule of thirds, and the sun is going to be in the left hand rule of thirds. I'm just going to fine tune the camera and get it just how I want it, so it's balanced with the tower in one side of the rule of thirds equal to the sun in the left hand rule of thirds. I'll show you the back of the camera. So for this shot, I'm lining up the tower on the right hand rule of thirds. The sun is just in the left hand rule of thirds. We've got the beautiful path that's leading up straight to the tower. We've not cut the path off. I'm conscious of not cutting the path off there, so it looks right. And to bracket this shot, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to overexpose a third of a stop on my f11. I'm just going to put the ISO down to 100, which will give me a 13th of a second. I'm focusing on the tower, and I'm going to take that shot, and then I'm gonna underexpose 2/3 of a stop. It is still quite bright at the moment, and as you can see, we've got a beautiful orange sun. I'm going to take that shot, and I'll blend these two together as an HDR in Photoshop. So to blend these images in Photoshop, it is quite easy. If you're shooting in RAW, whether you're in Lightroom or if you load up in Camera Raw in Photoshop, just select your images and right click on the screen in Lightroom and merge to HDR. In Photoshop, when it opens up in Camera Raw, select your images, open them up in Camera Raw, Control A to select them all and Alt M to merge, and then just select merge to HDR, and I'll merge dead easy. I tend to do it slightly different, whereas I will open both images up as layers in Photoshop, and I will just mask in the sky onto the foreground and then do my adjustments after that. But the easiest way is just to merge to HDR. The sun, it looks like it's dropping below a bank of cloud, so I am going to try and line up a couple other shots. You've got some people standing in the doorway. It's really windy, it's blowing a gale here, and it's a shame because I'm going to have to try and climb them out, which is going to be awkward the way that I'm standing there. I might even go and tell them to move in a minute. Move, yeah. The sun is just dropping behind a bank of clouds, so I'm going to go and try and get another shot lined up quickly, and it is dropping down really fast. So, but with it dropping, it should light up the cloud that's above it, to be honest. So let's see what happens. So I've just come past the tower, and there's these beautiful hawthorn trees, all in flower now. The wind is just blowing them everywhere. So I've upped the ISO to 800, and I've dropped the aperture down to f8. That is giving me a 50th of a second, which is still a bit too slow, really. So there's not much I can do about it. So hopefully they're going to be sharp enough at 50th of a second. The little branches and the leaves, and you've got the tower in the background. I'll put this on for you right now. Have a look at, tell me what you think. Drop me a comment below if you like it. As you can see, the Bank of Doom has come up on the horizon again. It's completely killed the sunset. There's just a little bit of an orange glow, which is going now anyway. But the band of cloud is just too thick, I think, to get any colour. So what was looking really promising again has turned out to be an absolute disaster for me. I'm just having a little walk around these hawthorn trees and just trying to line up different compositions. I haven't shot at this time of year with these trees in blossom. They look beautiful, they do. So I think this is just going to be, well, what I might do again, I might just bracket again, take a quick photograph, overexpose slightly, just to get these white flowers still if I can, and then I'll underexpose just to try and get a bit of detail in the sky and just darken the sky down a bit. And again, I will just blend these as an HDR. I'll set the camera up, I'll tune my composition, and I'll talk you through the back of the camera. I'll just lighten up this image for you to see. I'm going to shoot this at a third of a stop overexposed, just so I've got detail in the tower and in the blossom in the tree. It is moving about, so I've upped the ISO to 800. I'm at f8. This shot is a 40th of a second, and then I'm going to come down to one stop underexposed. Again, ISO 800, f8, and that's giving me 100th of a second. So hopefully these two pictures merge together. What you can see is a little bit of detail in the sky. It looks a little bit better, and I think by shooting, or by bracketing, you will get that nicer sky for the image. Again, I'll put this on for you right now. So I think we are now coming into blue hour, so it is looking very blue to the left of the tower, and you've still got the residual little bit of orange and light to the west of it, to the right of it I should say, to the west. So what I'm going to do now to try and enhance the blue that's coming in the sky, I'm going to set the white balance to daylight just to increase the blues in the sky. It's a nice little tip to remember. If you do want to, if your sunset fails, or even after sunset, if you fancy blue hour shots, change your white balance to daylight, and you will get that beautiful blue. The same with oranges. If you want to boost oranges, set your white balance to shade or cloudy, and you will boost the oranges then. Nice little tip for you there. So the wind has really got even stronger now, so I'm completely just, I can't believe the conditions are getting me. Look, every time I come out for sunsets I just fail. I don't know why. It's it looked absolutely fantastic when I first got here. Looked like with the pollution you're going to get a beautiful orange ball in the sky, which I think I caught earlier. But now the wind is just horrendous. I was hoping to get some good drone footage, but the drone's just blowing everywhere, and it's really struggling to come back to me. So I've had to get that next. I don't want to lose the drone. So I think I'm going to go to the car. I've bought my jet boil, so I'm going to have me a quick drink. Bought some hot chocolates. Been in bargains, pack of 6 Cadbury's hot chocolates for £1, so I bought a pack of them, and I bought some water. I'm going to have my hot chocolate there before I head back. So please check out the description below. There's links to all the gear that I use and my sister and brother-in-law's guest house on the Isle of Mull. If you fancy a break to Scotland, check them out. I'll put the photographs on for you now. Your support really is appreciated. Subscribe, we'll do it all again next week. Hopefully we may get a sunset somewhere. There's a nice windmill over in Warwickshire that I'm going to go to. I can't think of the name of it. Chesterton Windmill, that's it. I'm going to try and get over there one of the days, so that may be on next week. It may be poppies, because I've got poppy fields everywhere by me. So yeah, enjoy these photos, and until next time, take it easy.